lay an egg, first game of season, national TV, 17 points in the first half and 0 points in the second. How does that happen? And it's like, well, the argument is, well, he has to exert all his energy on defense. What is he doing on defense that is so profound against the Nuggets? I'm trying to figure that out because he's not getting any blocks. I mean, he's not getting no rebounds. So what is so profound? What energy is he exerting that is ultimately helping the team against the Nuggets specifically?
One time.
What is good, YouTube? This your boy Aaron.
This is Brian.
And this is the Courtside View podcast. And we are back in the studio today.
It's about time.
A lot, we busy and stuff like that, a lot of complications, but we are back today. And listen, NBA, we reacted to week 1. We are going to get to the football as well. So pretty much how we usually do it when it comes to the NBA season and the NFL season. We're going to talk about both. This week, we're going to talk more about the NBA. So let's get right into it. Reacting to the first week of the NBA season. I'm glad we're able to do it on Saturday because we're able to react to all of the games from Tuesday to Friday. So let me ask you this, just your reaction to the first week of the NBA season.
I'm going to be brutally honest. I've watched one game out of the entire week. I just haven't had the time. I'll be out late and stuff, and I just haven't had the time. But from what I've seen from clips and stuff on the social media sites, it's looking like it's going to be a pretty fun season. We got Victor Wembanyama out here making highlights every single time he plays. Of course, the Lakers always in the media and always got clips and stuff floating around. I did see the Nuggets and Lakers game, and I was wrong about the Lakers winning that one. Silly me. But the Nuggets still look legit, man. Oh, the Damian Lillard performance. It was Dame time in game 1 of the season. The league done messed up. Giannis was like, hey, I don't have to do anything in the crunch time. Okay. He was just chilling. And, yeah, man, it's going to be a fun season. Players putting up stinkers already. Jalen Green.
Trae Young.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty fun season so far. I like what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and also Anthony Davis. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Second half, Anthony Davis as well. Yeah, that was another one where he stunk it up. But, yeah, you make some compelling points off rip. You talked about the Lakers and the Nuggets. I try to tell you, like, it's a bad matchup for the Lakers. We don't have the wing depth. We don't have the centers to guard Jokic. Nobody can guard Jokic, but in terms of making it difficult for him, in terms of having the size to sort of negate Jokic from getting whatever he wants, we don't have that. Anthony Davis cannot guard Jokic at all. He's, for whatever reason, he has the size, but I don't know, maybe he need to put some muscle on or something because he keeps getting bully balled in the paint, and Jokic is looking like 2001 Shaq against him. But anywho, Anthony Davis.
Didn't he play better the second game, though?
He did,
Okay.
but we don't care.
Oh, wow.
We don't care.
You see how they do? You
know-
see how they do? You
you
see
know-
how Lakers media does?
You know why we don't care? Because the inconsistency. This just lets me know that we can't rely on him. Like he is who he is.
Would Nick Rice say he's the McDonald's ice cream machine?
That's a good one. That is a good one. It's all what is it? It's always broken.
He said when it works it's fantastic, but 50% of the time it don't work.
That's a great analogy. That's literally what Anthony Davis is. Or he's a roller coaster. He's Six Flags. He's all these other things. You just cannot rely on him from a consistent basis. And when it came to the Nuggets game, he was phenomenal the first half. Like he had 17 points. Second half, he didn't score a bucket. How does that happen? That makes no sense. He has no dog, no mental.
I told you a billion times why he doesn't. He said he has nothing to prove. So he's just gonna coast along and hope hope they fluke into a ring or something. I'm telling you, that's what he said.
And another thing, it's like he was saying all this stuff before the season started on media day, and all of a sudden you just gonna lay an egg first game of the season, national TV, 17 points in the first half and 0 points in the second. How does that happen? And it's like, well, the argument is, well, he has to exert all his energy on defense. What is he doing on defense that is so profound against the Nuggets? I'm trying to figure that out because he's not getting any blocks. I mean, he's not getting no rebounds. So what is so profound? What energy is he exerting that is ultimately helping the team against the Nuggets specifically? It's nothing because they're still getting what they want. Jamal Murray's still getting what he wants. KCP was getting 20 points. I'm still mad at KCP. Why couldn't you do that with us? Why does it have to take you getting traded to the Nuggets to ultimately finally becoming a quality role player? You couldn't shoot when LeBron was passing you the ball, but now you can shoot when Jokic is passing you the ball. Man, it pisses me off. KCP pisses me off. But anywho, he has a ring with us regardless. LeBron James on the other end, Darvin Ham limited his minutes to like 29 minutes. That was kind of, I was like, whoa, okay, I get it. He's 38 years old, but we were in the game, and then you take him out, and now we're out of the game.
It's a long season, Aaron.
It is a long season, but damn it, this is the Nuggets, man. This is not the Clippers. This is not some other team. This is the Nuggets. Like, we have to make a statement against this team, and they're going to be the team that we have to get through in order to get to where we want to be, and that is to the NBA Finals. They're the team to beat, and we have to prove that we can overcome. We shall overcome. Oh. Like, come on, man. And he just took him out. Like, I was mad about that. Austin Reeves, there's decision making that is very questionable when it comes to playmaking. I feel like he could do a better job with that. But it's just overall, I expect this from the Lakers. I knew that the Nuggets were the better team. I knew that the Lakers are still below the Nuggets. They might be below the Suns with the way that they played against the Suns without Devin Booker and without Bradley Beal.
Question. Why on earth did y'all re-sign D'Angelo Russell?
We had no choice.
He's terrible.
We had no choice. Who else are we going to sign?
Anybody besides him. He's not good.
And then we got him on a cheap.
He's not good.
He did play well before the playoffs. So
before the playoffs, he's not playing well now.
I know. That's the thing.
I don't know why y'all thought y'all could fix Cam Reddish.
I mean, he played good defense, actually. He actually played pretty good. He was actually one of the positives from the Nuggets game. It's just Anthony Davis. Him and Gabe Vincent. Like, oh my gosh. I'm looking out there. I'm like, this dude is a ghost. What's going on? Like, bruh, I'm thinking, like, man, we could have re-signed Schroeder for way less to do that.
I'd hate to be a Lakers fan. I can't invest this early into a basketball season.
Man,
I sit my Wizards fan behind and look forward to the draft lottery. Because we got blown out by the freaking Pacers. The Pacers scored 143 points.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, at least y'all scored 120. At least Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma got theirs.
Strictly a parlay team. Do not bet no money line on the Wizards unless you betting on the other team to win.
But yeah, the Lakers, there's still some things they need to take care of. Anthony Davis, they're not going to go anywhere until Anthony Davis becomes more consistent. So that's really the story of it all. Another story in the NBA is Victor Wembanyama. I had the chance to watch his first game, and I'm not going to lie. I ain't never heard of Devin Vassell until he signed that contract. Until he signed that contract, I'm like, who the hell is Devin Vassell? Who the hell is this guy getting 130
If he was a real gambler, you would have known who that was.
Well, listen.
Back in my underdog days in 2021, he's been on a couple slips of mine.
I ain't heard him until he signed that contract. I'm like, who the hell is Devin Vassell? And then people started hyping him up like, oh, he averaged this many points or whatever. I'm like, see, I don't watch Spurs games like that. After DeRozan left, I'm like, why would I want to watch Spurs? After DeJounte Murray, and DeRozan, I'm like, why would I want to watch Spurs games? Like, they're pretty trash. And so seeing him on the court, I'm like, yo, this guy is nice. I'm like, man, this dude got a little Tyrese Maxey, got a little CJ McCollum to him. Like he could shoot, he could hit the mid range. And all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, where's Victor Wembanyama at? Like I'm watching the game and he's not getting the ball, and Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell not running no sets. They just ISO balling. And I'm like, oh, so Pop is.
I'm about to say this ain't the great Pop system.
So Pop is just chilling now. I mean, he's just like, hey, go do you. And then Victor Wembanyama, he was in foul trouble as well. So that probably, in terms of like really getting engaged in the game, getting a rhythm, that probably hurt him as well. So, but still, I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, damn, like what's going on with Victor?
Pop, he discovered ball don't stop, and it changed his entire philosophy.
He honestly, that's really what it was, because I'm like, this is not the same Spurs that I remember playing ISO ball.
Man,
what?
Pop was one of the last good ones we had left. He got corrupted by the Mike D'Antoni ripple effect on the NBA.
Unbelievable. Well, the Spurs have never been a nice watch on television. So if he wants to sort of go down that lane, I mean, I'm not mad at it, because they were boring to watch before. So if he's trying to make the game more fun to watch, then by all means, go right ahead. But yeah, I was impressed by Wembanyama defense, his ability to block shots, his length, his athleticism. He had a really good second game against the Rockets. It is the Rockets, but he had like 20-something points. I think he may have had double-digit rebounds. He had a really good stat line for his second game. So Victor Wembanyama, he's gonna be fine. Like he's a star. He's already.
As long as he stays healthy, he'll be good.
Yeah, and because I was thinking the first game was merely, okay, they're trying to, because he's very skinny and stuff, they're probably trying to manage his minutes. But no, it was because of foul trouble. I don't know how many minutes he played the second game, but regardless, he was still efficient when he was on the floor. And, man, he could shoot the three. This dude is so talented. He's so just gifted offensively. I just wish they would give him some post-ups more, or put him in the elbow so he can, like, sort of go to work, because I feel like he could do that.
31 minutes.
I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I would love to see him, like, on the elbow, because, I mean, dude, he can handle the ball, and he can create his own shot, and nobody's going to block his shot. So I would love to see that from Victor Wembanyama more. I don't want to just have him be like a pick-and-pop guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just see him shooting threes all the time. Like, I want to see him, like, really.
He was 0 for 6 from 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I know. The first game he was hitting some threes.
He had some threes in the first game.
But hey, if he was 0 for 6, but he still had like 20-something points, I mean, that's still pretty impressive. So I want to see him on this like Dirk sort of vibe, like KD sort of vibe, man. Like, I want to see him like really put the ball on the floor and not just act like a big, you know. So yeah, good for Victor Wembanyama. I'm gonna be watching more games. Just hopefully he doesn't get into foul trouble again, because that game was boring. I'm not gonna lie. I may have turned the game off because I was so bored. And it was a close game, too, against Dallas. It was a real close game. And I'm just like, man, I can't watch this. This team's bad. And I'm not going to lie. Against the Suns, the Lakers versus the Suns, I turned the game off.
Really?
Yes, during the third quarter. I was so disgusted. First time in a while where I just did that, where it's like, a Laker team that's, you know, projected to win a lot, I just decided, man, I don't want to watch this. Let me go to sleep. Because they were losing by like double digits to the Suns without Booker and without Beal, and I was just so mad. I was so distraught. I was like, man, let me go to sleep. Let me not waste this time with team. And they won, thank God, by so close, though. It was so close. But anywho, other stories. You brought up the Bucks. Dame, first game. I was impressed with Damian Lillard. I wouldn't say I was impressed with the overall team, but specifically Damian Lillard and the fact that his impact to that team is the reason why the Bucks traded for him. And I mean by the fourth quarter specifically. This guy went like 14 for 14 from the free throw line, something like he was damn near perfect. And he was getting foul calls. He was hitting threes in the clutch. I'm like, this is why you trade for Damian Lillard. And this is why you give up Drew Holiday.
He was 17 for 17 from the free throw line.
Oh, my gosh. How clutch can you be? And he had 39 points. And see, you sacrifice defense for these sort of outcomes. Because if Drew Holiday was on that team, I'm sorry, I don't think Milwaukee wins that game. Because the Sixers were playing well. Even with Joel Embiid pulling that bullshit in the fourth quarter, they were playing well. Tobias Harris, he missed one shot. Tyrese Maxey was hitting shots. Like, they were doing a really good job. And then Damian Lillard just came out of nowhere and said, nah. I got this. And he took over the fourth quarter. He was getting in the free throw line, and they pretty much won off of that. The Sixers, they weren't able to execute late. No James Harden. But I was just impressed with Damian Lillard's performance. Are they playing tonight? I don't know if they play tonight. I would assume
I just had it pulled up to no, they're not playing tonight.
Wow, they're not playing tonight. Well, that's okay. But
it's not really any like good games on tonight.
Yeah, there's not. The
honestly.
Pelicans and I think the Pelicans play a really good
Knicks.
team. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, other than that, Heat, Timberland, Jazz, Suns, Pacers, Cavs,
Yeah, pretty much. But I will. Did you want to? Did you already speak on Dame? A little. I know you speaked on the Bucks a little bit, but do you want to sort of talk a little bit more about Dame and the Bucks?
I mean, you pretty much covered everything. You know, it's the Dame. He's doing Dame stuff.
Pretty much.
Going crazy, hitting shots from deep, getting to the line, had great efficiency, taking over in the fourth quarter, hitting clutch shots, which is something that the Bucks desperately needed ever since Chris Middleton started to go on the downtrend and not really produce and be that guy they usually go to in the fourth quarter. So, you know, Giannis, he could buckle down more on the defensive end in these clutch moments while Dame takes over on the offensive end. I think it's a great dynamic.
See, that's the thing that the Lakers need. They need a bucket getter. They need a guy that go get me 30.
That's supposed to be Austin Reeves.
Oh my! You know damn well that's not Austin Reeves. But like a guy that you could say, listen, your assignment is to get buckets, get 25 to 30 every night. We don't have somebody like that. Like okay, Anthony Davis gonna average 25, LeBron's gonna average 25, 27. But LeBron, his assignment, he has so many different assignments. We need one guy that you just say, all right, go give me a bucket. When it's close, when it's in the fourth quarter, I need you to close the deal for me. We don't have that guy. I don't care what all these other people. Oh, LeBron, he could close. Listen, LeBron at this stage in his career, he can't do that consistently. So, Damian Lillard, that's a guy that we need, but we don't have a Jamal Murray. But the Bucks, they do, and they needed that, and that's going to be the key in the playoffs when they're playing Boston, because Boston, which we're now going to transition to. I wasn't that impressed with Boston against the Knicks. I watched Boston against the Knicks. They looked good the first half, and then the second half rolled around, and I'm like, yo, Tatum, I know you got 34, but where you at? Jalen Brunson, he started hitting shots. Julius Randle, I'm like, yo, he was getting clamped the first half. Now Julius Randle hitting shots. R.J. Barrett getting to the lane. Jaylen Brown, I couldn't find him. I was like, oh, what's going on? Kristaps Porzingis. He looking really, really good. I didn't watch them against Miami. I'm not going to lie. Please stop putting Miami on national TV. They're awful. Like, I don't want to see them on national TV anymore until the playoffs because that's the only time they're good. So I don't know. Miami lost to Boston. I know that for sure. Boston, they came through. I don't know what the box score was. I know Jaylen Brown had a better game. I know Jimmy Butler wasn't efficient at all. By the way, don't be surprised if everybody switches up on Jimmy Butler this year, media and fans, because I feel like that's going to come this year. It's going to be a lot of people switching up on Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler was 3 for 11 and had 14 points.
I'm telling you, people going to switch up on Jimmy Butler this year. But back to Boston. My concern with Boston is obviously the health of Kristaps Porzingis. They don't have a true point guard. Tatum and Brown, can you rely on them in clutch situations?
The thing is, though, I think the starter five is well. But you get to the bench, and it's like, are you kidding me? Like Sam Hauser, O'Shea Brissett, Al Horford, Peyton Pritchard. Those were the players that got minutes off the bench. They're running a 9-man rotation in freaking October. That is not good.
They have about 7 guys that they can probably run and pay.
They have no depth.
They don't. And they sacrificed that for Drew Holiday, for Kristaps Porzingis. And I don't know. We'll see if they pay the price for it, but
Derek White is getting 36 minutes as a starter. That is bad roster building.
I just think that they traded for Drew, and all Drew is doing really is like, okay, just play defense, hit a couple of shots. Pretty much Marcus Smart's role. And I do like Kristaps Porzingis. He's played well, but how much can you count on him is the thing. How long, will his body be able to hold up all the way to, the playoffs is my question. And with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, exactly what happened against the Knicks, you play a physical team like the Knicks, okay, are they going to show up? Are they going to fold? Because against the Knicks in the fourth quarter, the Knicks were able to get the lead. And they were up at 5 points, and then all of a sudden the Knicks, being the Knicks, making some dumb plays and stuff like that, the Boston Celtics were able to capitalize on their mistakes, and they were able to win. And so I'm still very skeptical on the Celtics, like you said, with the depth, and also when it comes to the point guard play. How much can you count on Derek White and Drew Holiday when it comes to decision-making and trying to make it easier for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? So,
and you know what's funny? Celtics fans completely turned on Grant Williams. He's been okay for the Mavs thus far. He's not like a star or nothing, but he's a solid role player.
Yeah, all they ask him to do is just stand in the corner and hey, the ball will get right to you, the shooting pocket hand, and all you got to do is knock down a 3. That's it. And then the guard, the best player on the opposing team. That's pretty much it. That's all you got to do.
Yep. He's those kind of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell him don't say you're going to make both the free throws and then miss them.
I won't say the Mavs, Derek Lively.
Derek Lively.
His first game, I was very impressed. He actually outplayed Wembanyama that game. He was really good that game. So, second game,
and then
he wasn't.
Jason Kidd put him on the bench.
Yeah. See, second game, he wasn't really. Was that the game Jason Kidd put him on the bench? Because he was starting first game. I don't know what the hell.
I think Kidd was saying. He said something.
Matchups.
And Mavs fans was mad at him.
Was it matchups?
I can't remember. Yeah, he gave him less minutes for some reason. I can't remember the quote exactly, but Mavs fans weren't happy about it.
Yeah, because he played well. It seems like Luka really likes his game, and he could really sort of take advantage of his game because he's a guy that can sort of roam the paint, and that's somebody that Luka will definitely work wonders with. And so
Luka had to put on the backpack
against the Nets. Yeah, he had 49, right? Whoo, man. Yo, that's Luka for you.
Kyrie didn't play very well at all.
No, he didn't. Not at all. But when you have Luka Doncic, I mean, he can put you out of tough situations, even when the other teammates are not getting it done. He's a superstar for a reason.
Oh yeah.
So, the Phoenix Suns, they are limping into the season already.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm very confused about that. What the heck did Bradley Beal do to hurt himself?
So so his back is something wrong with his back. I think it is.
Let me tell y'all something about them back injuries, boy. Not good.
So Devin Booker played the first game, and he was dealing with something.
Ankle? Was it ankle?
I can't remember, but it might have been something like that. And then all of a sudden, he sits out against the Lakers, and then he sits out the next game. I'm like, yo, what's going on here, bruh? Like, they limping into the season, and my question mark was, okay, the health of Beal, of Durant. Now Booker as well. Like, what is going on?
We all had injury concerns about the Suns. We didn't expect it to be in the first 2 games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the fact, I did like how competitive they played the Lakers, even though it was really just KD out there.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, the fourth quarter wasn't too good, though.
Yeah.
They were missing hella shots.
That's your stars got to show up, but they didn't have them out there, so
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
So, but yeah, like, how you gonna win? How you gonna win big if your guys aren't on the floor already? Like, it's unbelievable. It just seems like something with KD teams after Golden State where the star players just can't seem to get on the court at the same time. Like, it's always a minimum amount of games that they play. Like, KD was with the Suns last year. He played like 9 games with them in the regular season. With the Nets, him, Kyrie, James Harden barely played together. It just seems like some black magic is going on with KD's teams. Like, somebody put a curse on Kevin Durant after he left the Warriors or something.
Sure.
Because why is it that every team since the Warriors, whenever he's trying to build a super team, the guys can't seem to get on the court at the same time? It's like it's not going to be meant to be for Kevin Durant because he's trying to take the easy way out with the super teams. It's like the basketball gods are punishing him for trying to take the easy way out. I don't know what it is.
Hey, he needs to hit that LeBron pregame ritual in order to get his players on the court.
Oh my God, man! Don't get me started with that. This guy right here.
That's the funniest inside joke for our group chat, all those sports group chat we have.
Do the Rockefeller sign. You know what I'm saying? Do the Rockefeller sign. Man, you crazy, bro. You crazy. But yeah, it's just weird to me how like the Suns just with Kevin Durant just seems like he's never able to get all of his dudes on the court, and so I just find that very interesting. Golden State, they lost to the Suns, and they also they beat Sacramento.
Yes, they did.
Did Draymond play? I can't remember. I know he didn't play the first game, but if he did or not, they beat the Sacramento Kings, and I'm not really too high on the Warriors this year. I'm not really a believer. I mean, they'll probably make the playoffs, but like after that, what else is there to really get excited about? Klay Thompson had a pretty solid game against the Kings, but Klay is just not the same dude. I mean, gosh.
Yeah, he's playing for a contract right now.
And both sides are far apart in what they want. It's just a bad situation, Golden State fans. I'm sorry to say this. You're looking at
the bright side is they have Steph,
but he's 35. You're looking at the final years.
He had 43 or something.
Yeah, you're looking at the final years. Golden State fans is getting to.
They had a heck of a run.
They did have a heck of a run, right? Oh man, because right now. Embrace that 2022 championship because
I know I would.
Right now, it's looking very dark.
Man, you give me 4 rings in my lifetime and I'm straight.
Absolutely, I know, but you know those fans, a lot of them bandwagon fans, they're probably gonna jump onto another team anyway. So
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is
Game
what
is
it
game.
is. All right, so other players, other teams on the docket that
What the heck is going on with James Harden in the 76ers?
I'm glad you bring up that point.
Because
Wow.
they said he came back to practice. He was trying to get on the plane, the team plane, to go to the game. Then they said he can't get on the plane. What is going on here?
So it's funny because Chris Haynes, Shams, Woj. First it was Woj and Shams. They reported like two different sort of stories. And you could tell from the two stories which camps they're talking about. Woj is probably talking to the executives, and Shams is probably talking.
Shams is more player focused.
Yeah, so he's talking to
the agents
camp.
and stuff and all that. Yeah.
Now the NBA is doing an investigation on the situation because are they violating I forgot what it was. It was like some policy, whatever, involving players playing or something like that. So here's my thing. I don't have a problem with what the Sixers are doing because at the end of the day, I don't think Harden wants to play. I think he's just trying to not get fined. That's what it is. He's like, bro, he can't sit out no more. That new load management policy, he's screwed. So it's like, all right, let me be around the team. I'm not gonna play, but let me be around the team so I don't get fined. I don't really mess with them no more, but I'm trying to get my money so I can pay these strippers, so I can go to the clubs and all that other stuff. Like, I'm trying to have that money, and it's now the Chicago Bulls are the favorites to get James Harden. The Clippers are pretty much like, hey,
they're not trying to give up Terrence Mann,
which is hilarious to me. But
he's like 27.
It is what it is. It's just a weird situation.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on, man. It's a whole bunch of stuff coming out, and I'm just like, how is this going to end here?
Honestly, I really don't care.
That's where I'm at with it.
I'm like, whatever,
I'm like, whatever, man.
Like, James Harden.
Josh Harris got too much on his plate right now, dealing with the Commanders and the 76ers foolishness.
Yeah, I really don't care. James Harden's he should just play out the year and just walk away. I think it's like he has one more year left, so I mean, just play it out. Your value on the trading market is very low, so the Sixers are not going to trade you.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
About the load management pause. So
you sound like Cam and a Mace.
It is what it is. So
that was crazy.
I think I'm not sure if Charles Barkley brought this up to Adam Silver or not on that little pregame discussion thing they had.
Yeah.
Okay, so the load management rules say you can't rest on like road games, right? Like you can't sit star players on road games.
Well, it's preferred.
Okay.
To not rest star players on road games.
And you can't rest two stars in one night.
No.
What is preventing the players from just like, I'm hurt? You can't tell me I'm not hurt. I can't play. I'm hurt.
Well, if the doctors say you're cleared to play, they have no choice. And
but what if they like, hey, I don't feel good to play, doc. You can't tell me that I'm not hurt.
Then they're screwed. What are they gonna do? Pull in Antonio Brown and say peace out? I mean, you better get your ass suited up.
Don't the doctors clear you based on how the player themselves say they feel?
Well, I can't get to those particulars. I don't know. But if the doctor clears you, I mean, you better suit up. Maybe you're not feeling well. Okay, they'll take you out and say, all right, you go play a few minutes. How you feeling? And if you're not feeling right, then we'll just have you sit out the rest of the game.
But then that messes up their averages. And you know how players get about their numbers.
Man, I get it, you're playing devil's advocate, but at the same time,
I'm not saying I just want to know, like, is there a possible loophole in this that you know how players get? They will take advantage of that.
I mean, maybe there is a loophole. I can't really say it right now, but I will say that if James Harden of all people is like, hey, I got my stuff packed, I want to go with the team and everything. If he's doing that, then that new policy must be serious. It must be like Adam Silver not playing around with it. If James Harden of all people, who is willing to sit out no matter what, is packing his bags and wanting to go to a team he doesn't want to be there anymore, to go on the road with them, that just lets me know that this new policy is legit, and it's going to be very hard for players to just up and just not play or not be involved with the team like that. So, but yeah, maybe there is a loophole. I can't definitively say. So, yeah, unless they diagnose them with a back injury or something. They say, oh, it's more severe than people are saying or something like that. Then maybe pull a Ben Simmons. I don't know, but yeah, I can't really say right now. Other news. So Trae Young, he's been wetting the bed. Yeah, he's been pretty awful in the first 2 games. It's unbelievable. Trying to think. Jalen Green, been pretty bad.
I drafted him on my fantasy team too. He's getting dropped for Cam Thomas.
I don't know. I haven't played fantasy since like
it's very different from well, at least on the app we on. It's not very intuitive at all.
I don't know why you all decided to use that app.
Cuz it had best ball. So you don't have to really manage a lineup. It just starts it just plays the player who scored the highest in that position on your team.
Okay, so that makes sense. All right.
But next year, we on ESPN.
ESPN, I'm about to say, that's because if we're not doing ESPN, then I'm not playing. I'm sorry. Like, I remember, I think it was 2021, the last year I played. But the last time I was, like, really serious was, I think it may have been 2019, 2020 season, when the whole pandemic, I had, like, Zion, I had, like, some other dudes. I remember one year I had Kemba when he was on the Hornets. I had James Harden when he was on the Rockets. Poof, man. Harden had, like, 100 points one time.
Dang.
Yeah. I think he had, like, a 60-point triple-double. I'm like, damn. I think he had Luka one year. Yeah, man.
I got Luka this year.
Yeah, that's a great pick, but I can't do basketball. It's just so many.
It's a lot.
It's a pain, bro. Like, I've done it before where I was very serious.
And then the games last like a week or something. Like, matchups last like I don't understand how this works. Just give me the fantasy football.
Yeah, bro. That's why I'm like, nah, I can't do it. But anywho, is there anything else we need to discuss involving this week's NBA before we sort of transition a little bit?
No, I think we pretty much touched on all bases.
Cold world, still a cold world. And a couple of y'all is cool, but we a little more thorough. Whole time, a little more girls. You know I spit that sick shit and it's still no cure. Hold up, loud packs